Okay, having set aside the Excalibur build for a bit, partly to get my mojo back on it, and partly because I've got a couple other projects I'd really rather be working on right now, we'll start with the first of those projects, namely a lightsaber hilt, complete with lighting and sound. These parts were all purchased from, well, this was purchased from my local Home Depot, but the rest of the metal parts here were purchased from the Custom Saber site, sorry, the Custom Saber store. The LED module and sound chip, as well as the buck puck to act as a LED driver, and the power supply, along with the heavy-duty dueling blade, were all purchased from Ultrasabers. In the end, now granted, this is just the bare metal at the moment. In the end, the hilt itself, if I can avoid the glare, will look something akin to that. I will put a still in the video better showing it. The main part of the hilt was actually designed using the Custom Saber store's hilt builder. And there you can pull up the various components and see how it'll all look together. This, of course, doesn't show the shower handle pommel that'll be going at the back, but when all's said and done, you'll have this, possibly some black along the hilt, maybe an adjusted grip, still working on the details of that, and the blade will be a very bright orange. All in all, with the electronics involved, it should be a bit of a challenge, but we'll see how that all goes. Alright, working on the pommel, what I have done is I've taken a fitting like this, ground the threads off with my Dremel, and cut the end off to create an adapter to fit inside the blank pommel I bought from the Custom Saber Shop. As you can see, I rounded off the corners and inserted it inside the pommel blank. That let me stick, you can see the white here, it's actually a chunk of PVC pipe that was cut to fit inside the shower handle. And then I packed that all with JB weld, and once that cures up, that's going to be one nice solid pommel. I've also drilled out holes in the bottom. Now all these carved details you're seeing, those will be invisible under paint because they're actually on the inside of the part. But I've drilled holes in the bottom here, or the end, to allow for the sound to escape, which is also why that stayed hollow. Now, on to the other bugaboo I had with Ultrasabers versus Custom Saber Shop parts. This is the LED housing for the Ultrasabers version. It fits in there, but it's designed to sit like this, which wouldn't allow for the emitter housing to fit in. So what I did is I took the cutting wheel on my Dremel and I opened up 2 notches in the Custom Saber Shop heatsink to allow me to take the wires that were already pre-wired here into a quick disconnect from around the Ultrasabers Ultrasabers LED and put them around the Custom Saber Shop heatsink, which fits in this housing, which is designed to sit in the other direction and allows for the emitter to fit over it. Slowly but surely, alright, quick update time. As you can see, we've definitely got some changed color. What I did, originally I was going to try to put an antique patina on these pieces, but the solution I got for them wasn't doing the job. So what I did is I sanded them down, hit them with a coat of black primer, and after the primer dried, of course I taped off the threads and taped off the area here that I didn't want painted. After I did that, I hit it with a coat of Tester's graphite dust, and then a couple of coats of Krylon Crystal Clear to seal them in. I have gotten the hole drilled and tapped for the CoverTech wheel, which is basically what holds it to a belt. I've got the hole drilled for the switch. No tapping necessary because there's actually a nut that goes in the bottom of that. I also have drilled and tapped the screws that will hold the blade in place once it's actually inserted. All in all, this is about it until I can actually, well, that and I've still got to figure out what color I'm going to paint this. But all in all, this is really starting to look how it's going to look when all is said and done. Work continues. Next up is a whole lot of circuits and soldering.